Hey pumpkins! My name is Caroline Ironwell. I am a professional tarot consultant and certified coach practitioner. Where do the tarot readers go when they want a tarot reading?
I wanna have all night at the moon. I wanna have all night at the moon. Come on.
I am incredibly picky on who I will allow to give me a tarot reading, and I had a tarot reading today. Here's that reading from my friend Ian. Now, Ian and I did date for about a minute 10 years ago. We are still very good friends. We have very good boundaries. He's married. There's no hanky-panky going on. We went to a diner and we had some poutine and we talked tarot. He gave me a reading and this is that reading. What is this?
This is the Mage, the Ascension Tarot deck.
Okay.
My first tarot deck from the 90s. And as you can see,
Oh, wait till I show you my deck. I actually need to replace it. It's so bad. I think my soul just cringed when you did that.
It's just cards.
I know.
It's paper.
I try to take care of my deck. But not I mean, your decks are in better shape than mine, so.
I don't do this very often, but when I haven't done something for a while, the last thing I want is clumpy. Because if I went through this and had been sorting them by deck to show, or by suit to show somebody, and then just forgot, I want them broken up. So I'm boring.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
First card is Judgment, just like you said.
I also don't do any reversed cards because I also deal with playing cards, which means there's no such thing as a reverse side to that thing.
Alright. Now, first thing I'm noticing here is a fuck ton of majors, which makes sense because this is a pivotal part in my life. Pattern, is that,
Points.
Quite, yeah.
I'm trying to remember which one is dynamism and which one's question. That shows you how long it's been since I've used this.
This one will be swords, and this will be wands.
Yeah, dynamism is swords. Yeah, questioning is wands.
Yeah. And there are no cups.
I noticed that.
What's this here?
Three of points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and also there's a different artist for each suit, and then different artist for the major arcana as well.
Okay.
So I mean, it redoes the themes, but all they've done is just change some of the themes. Otherwise, all the art is essentially pretty consistent.
Fuck.
So I mean, look at the core of this. This matches things you were telling me earlier, which I try not to put too much in because I don't want this to be an interpretation of what you told me. And amazingly, I have insight into your life because that's why I do tarot thing. Judgment says there's two things that this could speak to me as. Is this something, that we would clumsily call karma, that's at root, or destiny, fate, however you want to call it, or is this more of a societal sense of judgment. And I'm not sure which. I'm not getting as strong on that yet, so I'm going to keep going. Now, conflict being the emperor, this to me strongly says there is a external authoritative force right now that is causing a barrier towards any kind of progress. Because judgment as well, it only means one of two things. When somebody is judged, they are being brought forward to state their virtues or lack thereof. If you think of being put in front of a magistrate, that's not the feel I ever get for judgment. It's more being brought in front of the tribal elders, in front of the village council. We look to a medieval paradigm, which is what the tarot was established in medieval. You're being brought before the elders, the people, and said, we are going to make a judgment of you. And when you are getting judged, you are presenting your case and yourself and what you know of the facts. The emperor crossing judgment specifically is a really interesting dynamic, because then you have those people as conflict. So I'm going to come back to that because I feel like this will make more sense when I get over here. So, base of the situation, the chariot, progress, ambition, drive, the desire to move forward and start getting the things in life that you want to, getting the things that you want to achieve. And what I see here is that it's met with some hard truths about reality. This, to me, says maybe some of your ambitions and ideals weren't properly suited in reality. That's said without judgment. It's just, this is very high concept. And Three of Coins is about as brass tacks as it gets. This is one of the gateway cards, so this is one of those choices. So what I see here is you are being put in a position where maybe some of your ideas and some of your ambitions and drives are meeting with not diminishing returns, but fewer options than you want. Now, I always go left to right for future and past. That's the way I think about it. Just because I think of the swirl of the universe, so that's how I do it.
Okay. So I like that with the King of...
King of Pattern. So
yeah, King of Pattern.
King of Coins,
yeah. Or King of Pence, as I would say. But yeah, I very much love that is the future.
No fingernails, so that's why I do this.
That's kind of what I want. Really, I mean, if I had a magic wand to have anything I wanted in life right now, I would have a husband who had a good job, who could support me while I got my business off the ground. That's what I want more than anything. It's just not reality.
Okay, now, I'm not doing this to sound negative. No, I'm going to dispense with that. I'm just going to read them as they are.
Yes.
And then we'll do aftercare. You had it, you blew it somewhere. That person existed. I don't know who. I have no glimpse. I can't tell you an appearance. That person existed. And maybe blew it isn't the right word, because what I see over it is the hangman. Sacrifice happened. That's interesting. Okay.
Don't you love when your tarot reader says that?
I'll show you later.
Okay.
Because that's not what I expected there, and I need to think, because it's just going to distract me.
Okay.
So, what I want to emphasize here, sacrifices needed to be made, and compromises didn't happen. That opportunity vanished. That interacts with this. So we'll get back, when we're finished this, we'll get back and analyze across here, because I think there's a pattern showing here. And a correctable one, or at least a achievable one. Knight of Diamonds, however, is good. Because the knight, again, knights are always going to be the version of the suit that defies the rules. The king is the ultimate penultimate representative of the suit, and a more maybe even invisible version of that actor. The queen is always going to be the one that's easy to call out, but has a lot of the power. The knight is always going to be somebody who has all of the positive virtues of the suit, and not a lot of the negative.
I often see the Knight of Wands and the Chariot having quite a bit in common.
This is swords.
Oh yeah, that's right, okay.
Yeah, so this is Knight of Swords. Now, I like that they've chosen a dragon for this. So dragon for this is good representations, because dragons traditionally are creatures of a couple of things. Avarice, greed, power, and you can even say like mystery. Mm-hmm. So, you go up, you deal with the dragon, you don't know what you're going to get, but you know that they're always kind of out for themselves. So what this says to me is there is somebody in your life who needs and wants something out of you. They're playing their cards to get what they need from you, but the good news is they're in the spot to help you. Because dragons can afford to lose some coins. Dragons can afford to shed scale for you. Dragons can afford to burn down your enemies. And they're in a positive position. If they were here, I'd be like, I have to go somewhere. But no, this isn't a good position, because this person is directly opposite what I see as a missed opportunity. You've got somebody who is maybe not the stability you were craving, but possibly somebody who is going to give you some things you need right now. Maybe even start pushing you in directions you're not either expecting to take or prepared to take. And the iconography on the card, I don't often pay a lot of attention to that, but this is the card I keep going to. Burn down. What is happening to your life right now?
The Tower.
Yeah. Not even just the tower, because the tower is the toppling of the ivory tower. The tower is taking a static and staid institution and knocking it down. It is meeting a bad government with consequences of their actions, because the tower is largely associated with the Tower of Babel. That's the origin of that card. That's the mythology it's always talking about. So when you get the tower, and it's about you, rarely are you in so much a position of authority that time to knock down the Tower of Babel. This is more like time to burn things down just for some new growth. That matches what's going on in your life, but because there's a knight, there could be an actor. Now the actor is the Nine of Spears. 9 is going to be one of the better outcomes. 9 is going to be the achievement of the concept in the suit. So spears are ambition. Spears are your ambition, your drive to get the things you need and want done. Not necessarily financial security, because that's homes. But what we have here is triumph. 9 is going to be somebody... Oh, yes, please, go ahead.
Okay.
This to me says this person is going to come up either in your personal life, of somebody to start pushing you in a new direction, or possibly somebody you meet through professional life, be it job or what have you, that is going to help you move on to that next position. That is going to help you achieve getting to where you want, and probably sooner than you expect. Maybe too quickly. So we'll get back to this, because I think there's stuff that we can talk about here. conflict? No. A incompatibility in some of the views. I think if I were to look at this, what I would say, and this is like the little whisper. The little whisper says, you're trying to be too much. You're trying to do too much. You're losing your needs in ephemera. Mage is all high concept. Empress is all low life. Not low lives, but, down in the dirt earth.
Yeah.
And these are all your identity. You are all of these. And being all of these means you're kind of none of them. And that's a problem. Because you need to sort of pick a path. Now, this is more how other people perceive you. This is a little bit how you perceive yourself. I don't see a reason in a reading to ever say what you should be, because I think that's absurdly presumptuous to ever say. But that's what I feel between these two cards, is this conflict. You have things that look like they're harmonious, but aren't, because they're not working. They're not synergizing. I hate that word, but that actually applies here.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I say this is because we have one, we have three, we have a gap. There is a card in between, which is not out here. And the fact that these two have come out right like this, with this gap in between, says, you're here. And these two are pressing on you from both sides. And neither one has penetrated to be you. I don't know how I can explain that better, because that's the feeling.
I can kind of see that, because the mage is about making shit happen. The Empress is about dealing with the day-to-day stuff. And then you have the Priestess in the middle, who's kind of like flighty and dealing with things on a really high concept level, and mysteries and, solipsism, essentially. So I think that maybe I'm in that state of solipsism, and that's leading to a treadmill a bit, because I'm not making shit happen, and I'm not dealing with the...
Also, Major Arcana are the larger forces, the archetypes interacting with our life. Mm-hmm. These are the celestial powers that move through us all. Which some people will say is fate, some people just say, it's like they use an analogy, I feel like Neo in the Matrix right now. It's archetypes. When archetypes are influencing you, this isn't about stuff getting done or not happening or happening. These are about the things that you have interacted with at a high level through high mentor. And I think maybe you've done too much vacillation, because of course you evolve over time, but there's no firm sense of a direction here. Yeah, I don't want to get too caught up in that, because I think that's literally all that needs to be said.
Okay.
Sometimes the answer isn't obvious. Okay, this is what you want out of all this. And this fits. Mm-hmm. This is a fresh start.
Yeah.
This is ace, like absolute bottom. You just want a fresh start, and that is encouraging, because that is what you need. There is, fortunately here, you have the drive, you have the desire to say, start at the beginning. You need to get back to basics. You need to get back to me, as trite as that sounds. Mm-hmm. That is where you are right now. And, these cards agree. This is a good place for you to be thinking. The fact that it matches up with your precise situation, I'm like, yeah, look, a lot of stuff's burned down, and you're back to the beginning. Like, that is there for a reason. Where does it all lead? Ace of Swords. Two aces. What you want out of this, what's coming out. So.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that we have the first card being Judgment, being the second last card in the deck. Mm-hmm. And then the line here, we've got two aces, 3 and 1, so they're all kind of beginning cards. So there appears to be like a going backwards, but hopefully I've gone back. Like, if I've hit rock bottom, hopefully I've stopped digging, because that's kind of what life has been feeling like.
If we're to make a sort of summation here, looking across all this, you have opportunities coming up here.
Okay.
you need to be very mindful of those opportunities. You need to keep in mind, yes, you have your long-term goal, and this can be achieved, right? This can be done. But that's a gateway, that's a choice card, and sacrifices need to happen. This year, this person is going to bring a bit of ruin along with them. They're going to break some stuff, break parts of you. This stuff here will need to give way, not tossed out, but your self-identity is going to need to evolve significantly.
You mean I shouldn't be so stubborn? Is that what you're saying?
Well,
Something like that?
Stubbornness will lead to ruin. Like that is.
In job interviews, when they ask okay, when they ask your greatest weakness, and you're supposed to say things like,
person that you're evolving into. Because I think about every 3 years we almost completely reinvent ourselves, whether we're aware of it or not. Does any of that make sense?
yes.
No, we should get out and let these
Yeah.
people go.